I'm just about to start on the biggest painting I have ever worked on. That's what I'm looking at, by the way. And I don't really know how I feel. So I think I'm just gonna crack on and see how it goes. I have kind of been agonizing over what I want to talk about on this channel. If it wasn't obvious, I like to express myself with paint instead of words. I tend to overthink these voiceovers and feel like whatever I say has definitely been said 1,000 times before and better. So I thought today I would just talk about this painting and the meaning behind it. A really bad cycle I used to fall into a few years ago, and I need to catch myself today when I feel that I'm falling into it again, is this one. Working too hard, then being too tired physically and emotionally to do anything, but not being able to rest because of feelings of guilt about doing nothing. And so back to working really hard again until there is simply no energy left in the tank. When I started working as a freelancer, I didn't have a set of working hours or weekends for that matter. There was always something that I potentially could do for my business, and it became really hard for me to take breaks. Even when I was supposed to rest, I would be thinking about what I should be doing instead. Then I rekindled my love for art. I had so many ideas and projects I genuinely wanted to work on. It also felt more urgent because I left that part of myself by the wayside for so long that I felt I needed to compensate for that by creating everything that came to my mind the second it did. I also started to feel passionate for the first time about my work, both as an artist and as a freelancer, and that made it very difficult to put healthy boundaries in place for myself. I loved what I was doing, but I was burning the candle at both ends. And I had to relearn something that might seem pretty basic to most people: rest. So, the hardest part is done. No, I can't even convince myself. I have so much work to do still. Um, I feel like one of those people who say that the hardest part of a run is to put your shoes on and walk out the door. The hardest part of a run is the run. But you're outside now, so you might as well finish what you started. And this is how I feel about this painting at the moment. But that's okay. It's all part of the process. So let's get on with it. This painting is called Replenish, and it's about how I learned, and I guess how I'm still learning, to rest. You see, it hasn't been an easy fix. I know. How hard can it be? Just take a break every once in a while. But it's not that simple in my experience, and I don't think it is for a lot of people. It's also very personal, so there is no one fits all solution that I have found. I wanted the painting to reflect those nuances and contradictions of rest too. For example, the turtle for me represents slowing down. There is no real rush, no real urgency. That's something I need to remind myself a lot. I plan on making art for a really long time. Yet, I know that I need deadlines as well if I want to get anything done. Another example is the turtle being behind the tree in the shadow. It's about my need of being unavailable and unreachable, kind of hidden to do my best work and to feel safe. I need to ban outside voices as much as possible. But I also know that I want my work to connect with a community and be helpful to others. So I need to be out there in some way. like this YouTube channel, for example. And the last one maybe is the gardener, that represents many things, but one of them is that I use the same tasks I do for work as ways to relax and recover. I use my creativity for work and for rest. And rest is an important part of my work and creativity. So it's all about balance, I guess. I'm much better at it now, but I'm still figuring it out. I wanted to share with you a couple of tricks. Put your rest in a calendar, just like you would any other task. Having a strict time when you turn off for the day and when you start your day as well. Get outside of your environment so you can't easily get back to work. I work from home, so this is really important to me. Figure out what activity is actually restful. Being on my phone does not do it for me, and I used to look at my phone during my breaks, and it actually does more harm than good. So knowing what's restful to you is very important. Okay, so I pretty much covered the entire Canva with paint. The next step is an oil coat. I don't know how visually interesting that's going to be, so I'm not sure I'm going to film it. And I also think I'm gonna change the tree. There is something bothering me about it, but I'm going to keep working just a little bit on it and think it over. And I guess you're gonna have to wait for the reveal to know what I did. Okay, yeah, let's get back to it. I'm done. To be honest, I could probably work on this forever. And I will, I'm pretty sure, do some retouching of the tree at some point, but I love it. I'm really happy with it, and I'm ready to show you. There are many symbols in these paintings, and if you can tell some of them, put them in the comments. But the entire concept is an ode to rest in all of its glory and complexity. And I needed a huge canvas for that. I hope I get to paint this big again, and even bigger in the future. I wasn't sure I could pull it off, but it was awesome. No regret. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Bye!